Welcome to the Empty Netters podcast. Can you believe what this has become?
There was a full 48 hours where I felt like I was like literally Superman.
Jumbo loves playing Fortnite, so
No shit.
he gets on the sticks.
Did TR show you the sauna cycle, or was that all
No,
you?
no, I invented that.
Almost a year now that I haven't taken a body check. That's kind of nice.
Finished tonight with some chicken fingers and a few Guinnesses right into you guys, and that's where this pod came to life.
Ice is ready, and we are back with another episode of the Empty Netters podcast brought to you by BetMGM. You can see that we are remote because it is a holiday, folks. It's a holiday here in the States, but as always, I am your host, Dan Powers. And on the sticks, this man makes this show run like Forrest Gump, Sean Buffini. And this man over here makes this show go off the rails like the train and the fugitive, Chris Powers. How we doing, boys?
As always, a couple trains, couple running trains. Forrest Gump running. I guess he's not a train. Does he ever take a train in that movie?
He probably does, even if it's not on screen. I think you, as a betting man, you would say
How else
Forrest
is he
Gump.
getting around?
He's on a train at some point, I am sure. I mean, the man was in the war. You've got to be on trains.
You fuck with the war?
Sean, do you like trains? I'm a big train guy.
I got this is the Southern California Train Museum shirt on right here.
I need the people at home to know that I did not see that shirt on Sean before I started making train comparisons to start this episode.
It tickles a certain part of the tism for me, you know?
Yeah.
The museum, Sean. That must have been nice.
Oh, the museum was sick. Yeah, they have all the old, the streetcars that they took off of LA. They're all there.
Wow.
You can ride around on the little Santa Monica streetcar. It's great.
If trains were more readily available in the United States, I would even if it meant the time for me to get to my destinations was doubled or more, I would take trains. I think trains are so fun.
But you mean like old school trains, though? Because
any train. I love it. I love trains now.
Okay, I feel like we've had a couple chances to take trains from New York to Boston, and we're like, that would be a disaster. I'm not doing it.
I have done the train from New York to Boston, and it's great. The only issue is that it's as expensive as a plane. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and we're the greatest nation on earth. Why are our trains so slow?
Yeah, dude.
Why are our trains slow and expensive? It's
Right?
like we got to get better. But hey. We're not bad mouthing trains here.
We love trains. We need more
Yeah,
trains.
you better not be.
Yeah.
All right, lots to talk about in this episode. We're going to jump right into hot ice because we had a big weekend of news and spicy things going on. Rasmus Andersson, possibly the number one defenseman trade target going into this season. He has finally been moved, and it went to a familiar name, although it didn't look like it at first. Rasmus Andersson traded to the Vegas Golden Knights, 50% salary retained. Going the other way, we got Zach Whitecloud. We got prospect Abram Wiebe, a 2027 conditional first-round pick, a 2028 conditional second-round pick. Unbelievable deal. Vegas, yet again, gets their guy. And CP, I don't know if you're aware of this, from 2017 to 2026, Vegas has traded all but one of their first round, to 2027, because this was a 2027 first round pick. They have traded all but one of their first round picks. And you know what? Vegas is a contender every single year. Don't know how many times we need to say this to fans. Trading your first round pick for certified good players is the same thing as using your first round pick. Stop overvaluing first round picks. Know that it is okay and smart to use them for players who are established NHL talent. It is the same thing, if not smarter, because you know the player is already good in the NHL.
And I will add that it's late picks because you're good. So the scouting is so good now that these top end prospects are rarely missing. But the back end of the first round is a total crapshoot. Not total crapshoot, but it's going to be something down the road, and it's incredibly helpful if you have young stud NHL players on tiny contracts. And doing what Vegas does requires you to get really creative and be very cutthroat. Move on from a Logan Thompson. Move on from a Jonathan Marchessault, where you're like, hey, we can't afford you because of this and that and this move. But as long as you're willing to bob and weave like that, and it hasn't really hurt the culture at all, right? Like, I don't think players know Vegas is cutthroat, but they're not like, I don't want to play there. They do want to play there because they go, it's fucking cutthroat, and they compete for ships. So you got to know that's what you're going into. But, man, it must be so fucking fun as a Vegas fan, not to ricochet anybody, but just to use a topical example. How much have we heard from Wings fans over the last few years of like, God, we don't do anything. Like, make a fucking move. Vegas fans, like, every year, it's like, what fucking haymaker are we going to throw down on somebody to make sure we're in the mix for a cup? And then it comes every time.
It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. It's a good deal. It doesn't come with an extension, which is the, concern. But at the same time, like you just said, Chris, if anyone is curious, if people want to play in Vegas, Jack Eichel was the captain of Buffalo, gets a move going, goes to Vegas, extends in Vegas. Mitch Marner chooses Vegas. Noah Hannafin chooses Vegas. Tomas Hertl chooses Vegas. Everyone wants to go and stay there. And let's remind people, this summer, end of last year, Vegas was always coming up with Rasmus Andersson. This is a top defenseman in the NHL, a Swedish guy who is choosing Las Vegas to play in. And I mean, what would make us think that he's not going to extend? We'll see what happens if he hits free agency. Sure, maybe, but it's like this was a team that was always coming up for Andersson, and then this is the trade that they agreed upon. It's not surprising, and it makes you be like, yeah, okay, this is probably where he's just going to end up and go. So
let's talk the misses real quick.
Yes, let's talk the misses. There's really only two that I want to bring up. People want to talk about Toronto being in the mix. They want to talk about Detroit, this, that, and the other. Really, from what we're hearing, and believe it or not, folks, we do have sources, the only teams that were really in the mix other than Vegas was Dallas and Boston. Dallas was definitely in the mix, and they were kicking tires. This was a player that fits with their group, and it does look like defense being bolstered up in Dallas is something that they care about. Boston was the big one, though. There was, you heard us talking about it. You heard Elliot Friedman talking about it very, very heavily. There was a deal in place with Calgary and Boston. Rasmus Andersson was very aware of it. Both GMs were talking. The deal involved the Toronto first-round pick that Boston has. It involved Mason Lohrei. And there are discussions that it also might have involved Matt Patra, whether immediately or later. The deal in place then allowed Rasmus Andersson to talk to Boston and talk about an extension because that was important to Boston. They were only making this deal if Andersson was going to sign. The deal was looking like 8 years by $7.9 or $8 million a year. Would have given Boston arguably, if not certainly, the best top four in the NHL, in my opinion. Yep. If you have McAvoy, Rasmus Andersson, Hampus Lindholm, and Nikita Zadorov in your top four locked up long-term, that is unbelievable.
You're feeling good. Yep.
Feeling very, very good. Now, the deal fell apart, whether it be Conroy got a little greedy, asked for more, and it made Sweeney a little bashful, didn't want to do it, whether it be Andersson not wanting to extend in Boston. Either way, kind of at the 1 yard line, the deal falls apart. Vegas is able to jump back in. And again, no extension, but they get their guy, as they fucking always do. Unbelievable.
Oh, dude. And you're right. It's always going to go that way. As a Bruins fan, when I first heard the smoke, I was like, oh, wow, that would be crazy because it's a great player, and it's time for the Bruins where I personally have said a few times, I don't think I need to be a massive buyer here. I don't need to push for playoffs here. I am completely comfortable as a Bruins fan of missing playoffs this year and continuing to build and keep going. But if you have a chance to get a guy like Rasmus Andersson and everybody's happy with it, then like you just said, why not lock up that incredible top four on defense? Once the package came out, I am kind of sitting here happy it didn't go through. And I don't know how you feel, and I'm not saying I'd be mad if it went through. I'd be like, okay, we got a great player and whatever, but I'm kind of pleased that because I'm not a big, we need to make playoffs this year, what the fuck guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all good. I'm okay. How do you feel?
I have a lot to say about Boston. I called when we talked about this. I sort of tweeted out, and I was like, Boston was unexpected for me. I think coming into this year, everyone was curious about what Boston would and could do, and them going after a guy like Rasmus Andersson feels like a win now type of move. So I was like, fucking right, Sweeney. And listen, man, I have been very open about my criticisms of Don Sweeney over the last few years, and I stand by every single one of them. But I also stand by everything that I've said in the last 10 months with Don Sweeney. I think he's got a plan. I think as much as the Marchand, Carlo, and Coyle trades and like that hurt, every Boston Bruins fan, look at where you are now.
Yes.
Look at guys like Fraser Minton and how well he's playing. Everyone is stroking themselves to this Toronto first-round pick. You don't have that without those moves by Sweeney. And it's like, I think the vision is actually pretty interesting. So and I'm also going to give him a ton of respect for, being aggressive here and wanting to make a move. And it sounds like for Boston fans, if anyone's upset that this trade fell through, they're not done. Like they're moving on to the next option here. I think that they are looking for the future, and they're also looking for right now because the East is wide open. I am a massive Mason Lohrei believer. He's a friend. I'll be honest with that. But at the same time, like, I love this kid's game. The fact that Mason is a 25-year-old, 6'5" left shot D-man who moves the way that he does and has the hands that he does. I think he's a special player. You got him at $3.2 million for this year and next year. So I'm not sad that Mason didn't leave the Bruins if I'm a Bruins fan. I think the defensive side of his game is what he needs to work on, if there's anything he needs to work on, and I know that he knows that and is working on that. So yeah, man, this is a trade that falls through that you're like, shit, but you're also like, well, that means we get to keep Mace. That's great. So I think it would have been a great move, man. I mean, it's like there's a big Swedish contingency in Boston now. Adding Rasmus, he would have fit in great. I think he would have loved Boston, and I think he would have done very well in Boston. So it's one of those ones where, as a Boston fan, I think you should say, shit, that would have been cool. Yeah. And also, man, if you get 29-year-old Rasmus Andersson at 8x8, that's great. A good fucking deal.
Yep.
So I don't think you should be devastated either way here, I suppose, is my answer.
I could have made myself happy either way, but I guess I'm not devastated. I feel glad. Usually when your team is this close to a huge trade, and there's even reports that it's through, and then it goes away, you're like, oh my fucking God, dude. Like, we can never have nice things. And I'm happy that I don't have that level of devastation right now. Totally. So that's good. On the Vegas side, dude, Pacific's a nightmare. We've been joking about that all season. Vegas looks like the best team. Jack's been incredible. Marner's been very good, right? Like, I wouldn't say Marner's been incredible because you had such high hopes.
Agree.
By pairing him with Jack, but Marner's been very good.
Yeah.
And you've survived a lot of goalie issues and are still, bumping around first in the Pacific. But we had said pre-season that Vegas was a popular Stanley Cup pick after the Marner pick up over the summer. Popular pick. And I was just like, I don't know how you win the cup with losing Pietrangelo. I don't think you can win this cup losing Pietrangelo and with this current team. I think this current team is very good. You make playoffs and then that's it. And Pietrangelo and Andersson are different players, but is Andersson the bolster on the blue line that maybe we felt like Vegas was missing, that actually puts them back in this conversation of Vegas is a machine, a well-oiled machine at every level, and they can now win the cup?
Yes, he is, in my opinion.
Yep.
People forget, man. We always talk about it on this show, how important the right shot, left shot is on D. Yeah. And it's funny. One of those funny things where we're like, I don't get this. Why is this so important? But it is so important. And right shot D is rare, bizarrely in the league, which is just so embarrassing that I'm not in the league. Like, what the fuck? But
it goes in waves.
But Alex Pietrangelo is a right shot D. And that is a massive loss. And Rasmus Andersson is a right shot D. So it's like you just added, I mean, frankly, Chris, it's like you have your first line right shot D now on this team. So it's huge. But with Vegas, everything to me comes back to goalie. it feels like Vegas feels confident about whether it's Hill or Hart coming back, which is frankly shocking to me. I don't know how they can be confident at all. Because the injuries and the inconsistency has been so prevalent that I'm like, I don't know how you're confident about any of this. But I mean, this was their move. They make a move every season, and this was their move. That's like, yep, here we go. That is our big move. It might be the biggest move of the season and the deadline. But I mean, shit, it's you're pumped right now if you're Vegas.
Yep. And I love that they did it now, Dan. Like I'm sure there was conversations of deadline and stuff. It's like, bro, get him in, get situated, get comfortable with the team and the system and everything so we can really go. Because post-Olympics into trade deadline is going to be such an insane sprint to the playoffs, and that can be chaotic. This was genius, dude. And you don't get swooped. This was awesome.
Agree. It's massive. Another massive move, Matthew Tkachuk is back.
Tonight.
Matthew Tkachuk is officially back tonight, Monday the 19th. He's playing against the Sharks.
Yeah.
Matthew Tkachuk back in the lineup. So that is one of the pieces, one of the biggest pieces that we keep talking about with this Florida Panthers team. And actually, it's come up a bunch recently with Florida Panthers fans. I keep saying it every single week. And CP, you wrote it down. But yeah, with the injuries to this team, you had Tkachuk, Barkov, Kulikov, Gadjevich, Nosek, Seth Jones, and now Marshy is day-to-day as well. But here you go. One of the biggest pieces of the puzzle, Matthew Tkachuk, he's back. He's back before Olympics, which means he's going to get, a good sample of games in here to get back in the rhythm. Then he'll get going with Team USA, and now you're back on the team. And here's the big thing, man. Everyone keeps talking about playoffs. Everyone keeps talking about the standings, how things are changing, where teams are, this, that, and the other. And every fucking Sunday, when we're doing hockey talk, we get people going, should I be worried about the Panthers? Are the Panthers cooked? This, that, and the other. The Florida Panthers are 4 points. 4 out of a wild card spot, and they just got back Matthew Tkachuk. And they're going to get back these other guys. This team is exactly where we said at the beginning of season, when Barkov went down as well, we went, literally all they need to do is survive.
Yep.
And they are fine. And now one of your top 2 forwards is back.
I do think that they are completely fine, but I wonder if you could get them in a interrogation room to tell the truth. Tell the truth. If you could get them to tell the truth, I think they would go, Matthew came back a little bit, tiny bit later than we thought / hoped, and we are a little bit lower than I thought and we hoped. I think they were going, we are the clear 1 seed, if healthy, which we're not, so we will probably be not even the 2, not even the 3, but we will be like bumbling around as the wild card team. And then we get the boys back. We're going to make a real push for it. And now they are currently and it's only 4 points. That's why I agree with you. They're completely fine. But I do think they're like, ooh, we got a little work to do.
Listen, of course, obviously they would go, in a perfect world, we're just in playoffs still. We're fine.
Yeah.
But again, it's, the big ones were Tkachuk was out, Barkov then was out. You didn't anticipate all of these other ones, dude. It's like Kulikov getting hurt was insane. Yep. Gadjevich getting hurt sucks. Seth Jones getting hurt is brutal. Now Marshy, they've had even more than they expect or than they knew, and they're still right here. So certainly they know they have work to do, but I think if I'm this team, I'm laughing, dude. I'm like, yeah, man, we're fine. But at the same time, you can't say that and then fuck up and continue to slip. But this is the first step. We always knew these steps were coming in terms of guys coming back into the lineup, and getting Matthew Tkachuk back is huge. And frankly, I think what's funny with him is you could make the argument, because he plays so hard and he's always fucking injuring himself because he's so intense, that you don't want Olympics. But in this circumstance, since he hasn't played all year, and Olympics isn't as, with IIHF, it's not as physical. There's no fighting. If I'm a Panthers fan, I love that Olympics is coming up for this guy, because he's just going to go out there and get to wheel around and get back in the rhythm. So I think that this is, and frankly, for everyone else in the East, it's the most terrifying thing in the world. As we said last week, Tampa Bay Lightning are absolutely firing. But if you're the Tampa Bay Lightning and you're looking at the fact that you're top of the Atlantic and there's a chance that the Florida Panthers are going to get the second wild card and you see them in the first round, you are crying yourself to sleep.
What do you need from Matthew rest of the way? There's 35 games left for the Panthers.
I'm going to be harsh. I need a point per game.
I think so too.
Matthew Tkachuk he's a 100 point a season type of player. He is a heartbeat type of guy. I don't necessarily need him to do that right off the rip. I don't need him tonight to have a goal and an assist. But I need him to, by game 10, be in a rhythm. And I think he wants it, man. Like, he hasn't played hockey since lifting the Stanley Cup. I think he needs to get back in rhythm, because he's not a guy who looks at their 2 Stanley Cups and is like, I'm chilling. No, he wants to win every single day. He wants to win a gold medal in February. So, I need him to be point per game.
No, and he's been over point per game the last 4 years. 4 years and 3 years ago, way over, and then the last 2 barely over. But I think that's right, dude. I think I might need, like, even more. I'm like, especially with some of these guys out, Barkov out, I'm like, dude, you got to step up. These are times when you got to be the guy. You got to be Matthew Tkachuk, the guy we wanted.
100%.
Come do it.
Okay, one last topic in hot ice that I wrote down. Given this discussion, we are close to 50 games through the season. I have no idea how that has happened. We're about to head to Olympics here, but we got 35 or so games left in the season, and we're starting to see the shape of the playoff picture. Who, CP, because there are a lot of surprises this year. If you're looking at the standings right now, there are a lot of big surprises. Who in the East and the West are teams that cannot miss playoffs for you? And I'll give you an example of this discussion. So I'm looking at the East right now. You look at the bottom of the standings. I see a team like the New York Rangers, for example, who are in last place in the East. I do not consider them a cannot miss. I actually think the Rangers, at the beginning of the season, I picked them to miss the playoffs, and I said that is a good thing, because I think the retool is here. It needs to happen. It needs to start going. So I actually am not looking at the Rangers being like, shame on you. You can't miss. I'm like, no, that's okay.
Fine.
You're in a space where you can miss. The Philadelphia Flyers, I know they've been up and down. They've been in playoffs, out of playoffs. If they miss the playoffs, I don't think that that's sound the alarms. You cannot miss. But there are teams where I'm like, yikes, you missing playoffs is a bad look. And I'm curious what your picks are in that topic.
Should I include the Red Wings? Or do we just, we both think they're going to make it, but like they're just okay.
Absolutely. Yep. I mean, like they are securely in second place in the Atlantic right now, but yeah, if you want to include them, you can include them.
Here's my entire list of teams where I go, if you miss, this is fucked, because something bad has happened. My list is Detroit, Toronto, Washington. I'm going to say Florida.
Yeah. Agree. 100% agree.
And I got to say the Devils too, I think. But that's it for me. That's my entire list for the East for me.
Okay. I'm going to I agree with all of those.
Okay. I didn't know if you were going to include the Devils.
Oh, dude, the Devils should be winning the Metro. Like the Devils missing playoffs is a catastrophe. And frankly, when I look at this team, they're barely above 500. They have a minus 22 goal differential. The the New Jersey Devils being this bad is inexcusable. It's utterly inexcusable. And I'm like, so many heads need to roll on this team if they miss playoffs. I'm going Elon Payne executioner. I am lopping heads off like you wouldn't believe on this team if they miss playoffs. And I'm talking trades too. Like I would blow this team up if they miss playoffs. This is insane. So the Devils for sure are in there. You didn't say Boston and Buffalo, and I agree. And it's funny because they're both playing so well. I mean, Buffalo's got like a 606 point percentage. Like they're buzzing right now.
Yeah.
But you didn't include. So I agree with those.
You agree to not include them?
Yes, but
Okay.
like barely. You did not include Montreal, which shocks me. Because Montreal, playoff team last year, and in a first round matchup against Washington, a lot of Montreal fans are like, we should win this matchup. I think with how good that they've been from the very start of the season, with the situation they have with trades that they can make, and the state of the Atlantic, the state of the East, them, if somehow they slip out and they miss playoffs, that is unacceptable.
Yeah, I think I was like, I kind of pegged them for like it would be bad. It would be bad. But I was like, if they'll survive basically. If they miss playoffs this year, they're going to go fuck and then, be okay.
Unacceptable. And one that is slightly less unacceptable, but one that I'm also kind of being like, guys, I think the Ottawa Senators. I think that it is crazy that we are letting this team off the hook.
I
And
know.
it's you especially, because you are such a Senators guy, just banging the drum of how good this team is. And I think it is crazy that none of us in the media are giving them shit, because I am blown away with how mediocre this Senators team has been, and everyone is just being like, whatever.
What you're right about is it was like this earlier too. Like all hell's broken loose now, so like that's kind of why I didn't say anything. But they were flirting with missing playoffs all year.
Correct.
So that is a fair take and correct, because they were like, we're going to beat the Leafs last year, and then now I'm like, did you fall back into nothingness again? Like, God, that is unacceptable.
It's crazy. All right, let's kick it to the West. Any teams in the West that you think cannot miss playoffs?
And again, like in the East, I didn't even say to Tampa and Carolina, because I'm like, they're making it,
Yeah. Those teams I'm ignoring because I'm like, I assume you are absolutely and obviously making playoffs.
Right. So I would say you cannot miss the playoffs. And this one's a little trickier, actually, because everyone that is going to miss, I'm kind of like, that's okay. You cannot miss. This is probably harsh because they're going to miss, but you cannot miss if you're the Jets, and you cannot miss playoffs if you're the Kings. And that maybe is it. Utah and Anaheim, I almost said.
I'm going to go up
I'm just
and
gonna say
two. Edmonton.
Oh,
You
sure,
cannot miss playoffs.
yeah.
But to your point, I don't think, and I never thought that was ever in question, but obviously you cannot miss playoffs if you're Edmonton, but they're fine. They're in playoffs. The big ones to me are the Jets. The Jets, this is unbelievable what's currently happening. And if you miss playoffs, I think that is astounding. And I actually have really loved the spin zone Jets fans are trying to do. They're being like, no, dude, this is always the plan. We're going to go get Gavin McKenna and blah, blah. I'm just okay. I don't think that was always the plan, guys. But
preseason,
whatever.
Everyone said this.
Yeah, hell yeah. We picked the Canucks to miss playoffs, but what is going on with this team is insane.
Yeah,
fair. I don't want to harp on the Canucks, but we all just conveniently forget that it was 2 years ago when they were the best team in the league. Yeah. And now we just have 2 years in a row where they're just so bad, and they've traded away their captain, and now people are being like, and now we're going to trade away Pettersson, we've got to trade away Hron, and I'm like, what happened, guys? But I do think you're right. The big ones are the Jets and the Kings, and I don't think the Kings situation is getting talked about enough. It's interesting when we talk about the Pacific. You've got Seattle, San Jose, and the Kings really in that last Pacific spot, if we're being honest. And if you let the Seattle Kraken get into the playoffs if you're the Ducks or the Kings, frankly, and what's crazy is I want to put the Sharks in there now. I think preseason we never thought the Sharks would be this good, but now that you are this good, I think you have to. Will Smith is back in the lineup. You have to have a conversation about that third Pacific spot is so up for grabs. But if you are the LA Kings and you have the talent you have on this team, and it's Kopi's last year where he has announced his retirement, and you are letting what is happening currently happen and doing nothing about it, it is inexcusable. And the quick rant on the Kings will be, I've been saying this. I believe firmly that the tools to this team's success are in the locker room and they're being misused. I feel passionate about that. And I think you can see it. I think you can see the frustration on the players' faces with how things are going and how they're being used. And also this, no one's talking about this, man. Going into the season, so many people had all these questions about the Kings' defense. Dude, every game goes to overtime, and they go, and the Kings can't score. Well, I got news for you. If the Kings can't score and you're going to overtime every game, it means you're not giving up a lot of goals.
Yep.
Which means Darcy Kemper is a Vezina caliber goalie yet again. It means your defense is playing incredible. So something needs to change.
Fifth least amount of goals given up in the league.
Yes. Something needs to change with your team, and I don't think it's the players. And frankly, the fact that you have waited till game 48 of the season before doing anything about it is fucking mental to me by the management. So totally with you. There is, given how open that third spot in the Pacific is, it is ridiculous. And honestly, man, you look at the top, I know the Avs are such an outlier, but like 74 points for the Avs, 63 and 63 for Dallas and Minnesota. The top of the Pacific is only 60. And then after that, it's 58 with Edmonton. And Edmonton has 2 games.
That's
more.
The wild card in the East. Like the Sabres have 58-7, I think. Yeah.
So it's like, guys, the Pacific is there for you to get into the playoffs, and to be doing what you're doing is inexcusable. I completely agree.
Yeah, that might be my biggest one in the league. Like if you combine and you're like, who cannot miss? Like them or the Leafs, I guess. You know, it's like
the Leafs would be insane, but you're being way too easy on the Devils again, dude. Like it's ridiculous. All right, that's it for Hot Ice. Let's do a quick ad break and then jump on into some other stuff.
All right, everybody. Every single Tuesday of the NHL season, BetMGM, our favorite partners, are dishing out extra winnings. And how do you get extra winnings, Chris? That sounds sick. I would like those. Well, use the NHL Odds Boost token. All right? So to get in on that fun, you just log into your BetMGM account and you add any NHL bet to your bet slip. It can be a goal scorer, a money line, whatever you feel like. And then you just activate the NHL Odds Boost token. And then if your boosted bet hits, you get an even bigger payout than you would have. That is sick. That does sound sick. You should do it right now. Because if you haven't joined the BetMGM family yet, you can do that too by just using promo code NETTERS. That's NETTERS when you sign up. And if you do that, you can enjoy up to $1,500 in a new player offer on your first wager. So you sign up, you use our promo code, you get $1,500 on a new player offer, you activate the NHL Odds Boost token, the winnings are piling in and everybody's having a good day. So join the fun, get with BetMGM, and make it legendary.
Before we jump into Netter's College Puck Drop, little breaking news on the pod here on Monday. Kiefer Sherwood just traded to the Sharks.
Oh,
definitely
nice.
A big name that's been floated around. Kiefer Sherwood goes to the Sharks from Vancouver. Vancouver gets Cole Clayton, defenseman, a 2026 second-round pick, and a 2027 second-round pick. So 2 seconds, and Cole Clayton go to Vancouver. Kiefer Sherwood to the Sharks. Again, Sherwood is such a classic, great name, like middle six guy, gritty guy, does it all. He was always getting moved. Love that he's moved to the Sharks, because that is the Sharks, given what we just talked about, identifying there's a massive opening to get into playoffs here. Sherwood helps you. Love that they're making moves and they didn't give up too much. It's
and
great.
Making them now, right? Just like we were talking about with Andersson, dude. Like, go. Let's go. I don't need to wait till March. Let's do it.
Yep. Unbelievable. Okay, CP, Netter's College Puck Drop. Let's get it going. Talk to me about what happened last weekend in the college game.
Well, we had our game of the week highlighted last week, which was number 4 Michigan State going to number 2 Wisconsin. Absolute tilt. And we had Michigan State take care of business, beat them 4-3 on Friday and 4-1 on Saturday. Wisconsin had some epic wins earlier this year, and they deserved their ranking. But we always did feel like Michigan State was lurking, right? Yep. Like they've at times looked like the absolute class of college hockey. Monster weekend, and I'm not saying they're taking the top spot, but I am saying wins like this make me feel like they are actually the best team.
Yeah, I hear you. Like, you know, it's hard to argue with that. And I hate to say it because obviously I'm a Michigan man. Number 14, Providence went to 12 BC on Friday. They beat them 4-3 in OT, and then hosted them on Saturday and beat them 4-3 in regulation. Hate to see that for the Eagles, but that's a monster result for Providence. That's going to be a big switch Unbelievable stuff. And then my boys, Michigan, went to Minnesota. They won 5-1 on Friday and 3-2 in OT on Saturday. But a big 2-win game against a tough team. For Michigan, they're the best team in the country. They will remain the best team in the country.
Minnesota had such a great surge right before the holidays, and them in Arizona State, and I was being like, man, they're going to save their season. Losing to the number one team in the country is not a bad thing, but I feel as though this is the nail in the coffin for Minnesota, just because it's like you needed to steal some of these. You needed some of these huge upset wins to prove that you're an at-large team, even though you stunk for long stretches. So that's tricky for me.
Yeah.
But. Fuck. Good weekend, though. Good weekend.
I know.
Okay, a little bit of kind of like round-robin-y chaos action. 13 Cornell had 18 Princeton in town for an Ivy battle. Cornell won that game 2-1 on Friday. Then Cornell hosted number 7 Quinnipiac on Saturday and lost 4-1. Quinnipiac wagon. Princeton lost 2-0 to Colgate on Saturday, so it was actually a really tough weekend for the Tigers.
Brutal weekend for the
Quinnipiac
Tigers. Beat
Colgate 5-1 on Friday, so good weekend for them, including that great win over Cornell.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. You've been saying it all year. Quinnipiac is a very, very, very good program. Number 8, Penn State. We've been giving Penn State a lot of grief saying that, they got to figure stuff out here, had all the hype going into the season. Well, they beat Notre Dame at home 4-1 on Friday and 6-3 on Saturday. McKenna had 5 points over the weekend and 2 goals on Saturday. So we gave McKenna a little bit of a kick in the ass. And there you go. He gets 2 goals. He hadn't been puck in the net too often, but 2 on Saturday, a 5-point weekend. That's going to be nice every single day of the week. Big stuff for Penn State. Maybe they're starting to find the rhythm here in the new year. You like to see it.
Yep. A couple hiccups around right at the 10 mark. Number 11, UConn, they beat Vermont 4-1 at home on Friday, but then lost 4-2 on Saturday. Vermont's had some good wins this year. And then 10, Dartmouth tied Clarkson at home 2-2 on Friday.
Say it with me, dude. Clarkson,
bro.
Clarkson always giving people fits. It's crazy.
Making some noise. Dartmouth responded with a win over at St. Lawrence 4-0 at home on Saturday, but some minor stumbles there for 10-11 in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. BU, 20th in the country. They lost at home to Lowell, 4-3 in OT on Friday, but then they beat Lowell at Lowell 3-0 on Saturday. I feel like this is BU's MO, man. It just splits all day. They're going to stay in this like 25 to 20 to 18 ranking range because they can never get the 2 wins in a weekend. It feels like it's frustrating.
And take care of home ice, dude. Like they'll get these rebound wins on the road, which is great. But I'm like, dude, win in front of your fans.
Yeah.
You'll transform this whole season around. Beanpot right around the corner, though. We heard Cole Eisenman say that the Beanpot changed their whole season last year. So I'm very excited for that. First 2 Mondays of February is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Number 17, Minnesota State went to Michigan Tech, lost 3-1 on Friday, lost 4-1 on Saturday. Tough weekend. Minnesota State slipping a little bit here in the new year. Once the calendar changed, they've been in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. Number 6, Duluth. St. Cloud on Friday. They lost 6-0. But then they responded with a 5-3 win on Saturday. At the end of the day, this is a loss on the weekend for me.
Oh,
you get pumped 6 rip to St. Cloud when you're the number 6 team in the country, and we keep talking about how Duluth people are sleeping on Duluth, this, that, and the other. 6-0 loss is no joke. I know it's an in-state situation, but that is brutal stuff, and it's not okay. It's not okay for Duluth. That's going to make them slip in our rankings. I promise you that.
Another huge tilt. Number 9, Denver went to number 5, Nodak. Nodak won 5-0 on Friday, and then Denver bounced back with a 3-2 win on Saturday. Those are 2 fucking heavyweights. And good win, because if you jump 2 there, if you're Denver, I know it's on the road, but you dump 2 there, that's, now I'm like, oh shit, it's early season Denver again. So good recovery on that one. That's a tough place to play.
Yeah, and then rounding it out, number 15, Augustana. I feel like people are sleeping on the fact that Augustana is 15 in the country. They beat Ferris State 4-0 on Friday and 4-3 in OT on Saturday. 2 good wins. I know unranked Ferris State, but that's what we always say. You have to beat unranked opponents, and when you're a smaller school like this who's in a top 20 ranking spot, you get a 2-0 weekend. It's exactly what you want. Some fireworks over the weekend, though. We had the fight. Yep. We had the dust up. And I think, what you might think is a crazy take on this, CP.
Go ahead.
I absolutely hated this.
Why?
Dude, I think let me say this. So there was a massive fight over the weekend. Like, this was just a full-on hockey fight.
Mm-hmm.
You had Sasha Boisvert, who is a big NHL prospect, fighting Connor Eddy, and like, dude, these kids, they take off their buckets, they drop their gloves, they get in a full tilt. I was actually shocked to see how much the refs let it go.
Yeah,
like they let them fight. I absolutely hated this, not because I hate fighting, not because I don't want the boys to have emotions and get in the mixer. I think this is insane, given that they're both now tossed from the game and tossed. What is their suspension now?
2 games.
2 games. If I'm on that team, if I'm on BU, I'm looking at Sasha and I'm going, hey, dude, fuck you. Mm-hmm. You're a super important player on this team. We are ranked 20 in the league and we're losing to fucking UMass Lowell. Like, we can't lose you for 2 games. If I'm on that BU team, I'm pissed at him. That's my take. That fighting is not allowed in college hockey. For any new listeners who are unaware of this, it is not part of the game. It's not allowed. And so many people who were like, what are the refs doing getting involved there? This is another thing, guys. Like, if those kids fall and they smash their head or something, like, you got a whole bag of issues. So don't get on the refs about getting involved. I just thought again, I have no problem with fighting in general. I think if I'm a member of this team, I'm pissed off at my teammate. That's why I hate it. Because I'm like, dude, that's not allowed. You just got kicked out of this game, so you're hurting us for this game, and now you're suspended for 2 games. You're an important player. You're hurting us for this season. If I'm on that team, I'm trying to win a national championship. I'm trying to win Hockey East. I'm trying to win a bean pot. And, like, you're getting kicked out of the game doesn't help us.
Yeah, those are all that's the right thing to say. I guess my only issue with I'm not even that mad about the penalty because it's not allowed. These are the rules. Like, you have to follow the rules. And I was actually afraid they were going to get tossed for the fucking year. Like, I literally thought they might be like, you're done for the rest of the year. So I was like, please don't freak out and throw the book at them. So 2 games, I'm honestly like, okay, that was fine because you're trying to set an example, but you didn't completely overreact. I guess I just didn't love Steve Metcalf, who's the Hockey's commissioner, and I know he has a job to do, and as I just said, these are the rules. But his comment on it was like, what took place on the ice Friday night was entirely unacceptable and has no place in college hockey. And I'm like, I guess that language was a little harsh for me, where it's like, dude, this is in the game. Like, this is in the game of hockey, something I have said I like that's in the game of hockey. I think you agree with that, where, yes, you're not supposed to fight in college. But I think if they went, hey, fighting's allowed, not nobody, certainly, because some people hate fighting in the pros, but many people would not care at all. They think it's awesome. They'd be like, oh, wow, you can fight in college now. That's cool. I actually don't need to open this whole can of worms about what I think about fighting in college.
No,
and the rules
I get what you're saying.
My point is just it going, like, the way he was like, that was a disgusting act. And I'm like, bro, fighting is, people fight in hockey. Like, yeah, these guys got in a fight. It wasn't a disgusting act. I wish you had just gone like, unfortunately, that's not in the rules, so they will be punished as accordingly, instead of just being like, there's no place for that. And I was like, well, there is a place for it, actually. So
I completely agree with that take. I think calling it disgusting is such a clutching your pearls. It's like, shut up. It's, I just thought it was dumb. The reason I hate it,
that's where
I thought it was dumb.
Yep.
I thought it was so dumb. It's like, honestly, my take on anything. It's the liar clip of Jim Carrey grabbing the phone and going, "Stop breaking the law, asshole."
Yes,
that is how I feel every time someone breaks the law or doesn't follow a rule.
Yep.
There are rules in this game. There are rules in life. Follow them, and you won't get in trouble.
The picture is so sick, though.
And it's so sick. Yeah. But yeah, man, I stand by my take. I mean, I remember being on teams in my life and go back all the way back to high school. When a guy on my team would get kicked off the team for however many games for drinking, getting caught drinking, I'd be like, you are an asshole. You are hurting this team because you wanted to be cool and drink beer and then you got caught. You're a moron. And it's like, anytime something like that happened, I was like, you're an asshole. The teammate who breaks a rule and gets kicked off a team is an asshole.
Agree.
That is that. All right, let's get into our new rankings. I think we got to be in lockstep here.
1-2 obvious.
Well, I think it's Michigan State.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
you
then
can't unseat
Wisconsin?
Michigan. Dude, I want to go Western Michigan.
Respect. Fine.
Like,
I'm
listen,
I'm
they
pretty
didn't
sure
even
that's
play-
the rank. I think Western Michigan is number 3 in the official rankings right now, so that's fine with me.
They've been incredible, and they beat Wisconsin. So I'm like, they're going 3.
Okay, so yeah, we're going Michigan, Michigan State, Western Michigan.
Yep.
Now Wisconsin.
I would be down with Wisconsin or North Dakota.
I like Wisconsin more than North Dakota. I
Okay.
just think Wisconsin is a better team still, even
Okay.
with the weekend results. So I think we go Wisconsin, Nodak.
Nodak is now 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. Michigan, Michigan State, Western Michigan, Wisconsin, Nodak at 5. So
Yep.
now we got 6 through 10. I like Quinnipiac here.
Ooh.
Dude, Chris, Duluth is
Yeah, no,
like,
they're getting pee-pee
they're in
whacked,
trouble.
dude. They're
Yeah.
getting pee-pee whacked.
they're in trouble.
Okay, yeah, let's go Quinnipiac 6. And then I'd go Penn State 7
Completely agree.
to give them
Completely
some
agree.
love because, like,
Yep,
great job.
They deserve it. They deserve the love. So let's go Quinnipiac 6, Penn State 7.
Yep.
So now we've got Denver, Dartmouth, Duluth.
Denver, tough loss, but had a loss. Dartmouth, little slip up. Oh, we haven't put Duluth in yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Then let's go Duluth 8,
Duluth 8.
just because I think they are that good.
They are pretty good, and yeah, that's a good enough punishment. We're dropping them down to what were they 6? Now we're going to drop them to 8. I'm okay with that.
Yep. I want to reward Providence because they had a great weekend.
I know. Does Providence get top 10 for us though?
I think so.
I mean, I like Providence over BC, obviously.
Yep.
I still like them a little bit more than UConn.
Yeah, because like UConn had a bad loss.
But
Dartmouth
do I
had a
like
tricky
them
tie.
more than Denver and Dartmouth? Because we've got 9-10 available here, and we've got Denver, Dartmouth, Providence.
Yeah, I want to reward them for the wins because Dartmouth tied Clarkson. But I could go Denver 9. But Denver was 9, and then that's a tough loss. I mean, they lost to Nodak at Nodak. Like, it's a hard game.
It's a hard game.
So I could keep them 9 if we want and go 9, Providence 10, or I could go Providence 9, Denver 10.
So you're deading
Dartmouth. Dartmouth out, UConn out. You lost, you tied. Good day.
Okay, I think we got to go Denver 9, Providence
10. Done.
Okay, boom. Done. That is Netter's college puck drop. Actually, no, it's not. Game of the week.
Game of the week, Dan. Big one for me. Big one for everyone. Big one for the world. Big one for college hockey fans. Western Michigan at Minnesota Duluth Friday, Saturday. Two teams that at times have looked like the best team in the country. So this is Foreman. This is Ali Frazier. Can't wait. Going to be an absolute battle this weekend. I will find myself in front of a TV with ways to illegally stream that game. Thank you very much.
I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, that is Netter's college puck drop. Make sure to tune into these games. If you're not yet watching college hockey, get in on it now. We're going to take a quick ad break and get into some Not Ice. You know that our favorite sponsor in the world is Bauer because Bauer has been fitting us since the day we started playing hockey. That's right, since the 1920s. That's not when we started, but that is when Bauer got in the game, getting you fitted with all of the best gear, all of the best undergarments, all of the best everything. I'm telling you, when I play hockey, which I still do, truly head to toe, I'm covered in Bauer. It's all of my stuff. I use their workout gear, their lounge stuff. I'm wearing Bauer all the time. They are giving you the highest quality stuff in the world, and I want to talk about sticks right now. So much of your game is dependent on your twig. It's dependent on having a good stick, and the Bauer Pulse is currently the best stick in the world. I am not kidding you. This thing is unbelievable. It's got the low kick release with a mid kick feel. It's the first Bauer stick to feature their latest kick point innovation. It's powered by 2 distinct energy zones in the shaft. The stick is designed to adapt to your game with the loadability and precision of a mid kick and the explosive, unexpected release of a low kick. You're going to catch goalies off guard by surprise with the quick shot they'll never see coming, and it's unbelievable. The text on the stick, the wording, the lettering is raised, so it gives it that nice grip feel without that weird sticky feeling. A lot of people do the candy cane tape or get a grip stick, but it feels too sticky sometimes. You can't get the feel. This raised lettering is the coolest, most innovative grip feeling in the game right now. It's going to balance out your game, and you are going to feel the best you've ever felt when it comes to handling the puck, shooting the puck, all of it. So check out the Bauer Pulse. You're going to go to Bauer.com, look at all of their gear, and get fitted with everything you need because Bauer's taking care of you like no one else.
Tell me if this sounds familiar. You want to eat better, but you have zero time. You have zero energy to make this happen, okay? So that's where Factor comes in, because they don't ask you to meal prep or follow insane recipes. It takes that problem, boom, throws it in the fire. 2 minutes, real food, done, okay? So I was like, 2026, we're eating healthy. We're going to do the whole thing. And literally, immediately, you think you can make a month of your New Year's resolutions. Immediately, I just can't get back from the studio in time. I'm gone all day. We come back. I got beer league at night. I got to eat earlier because I don't want to eat right before hockey. And there's just, when do I cook? When do I shop? When do I cook? It's not happening for me. This was why it changed the game for me, okay? Because you're not failing to eat healthy. You're failing to have those 3 extra hours. Factor is already made by chefs, designed by dietitians, and delivered to your door. You heat it for 2 minutes and you eat. What could be easier than that? There's lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, healthy fats, the stuff you'd make if you made a plan for yourself and you had time. It's no refined sugars, artificial sweeteners, refined seed oils, any of that stuff, okay? It's 100 rotating meals every week, so it's high protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean, GLP-1 supported, ready to eat salads, anything you need, okay? There's a new Muscle Pro collection for strength, recovery. You pick what fits your goals. So if it's healthier eating, calorie management, more protein, whatever you're trying to do, Factor has a rotation there for you, and it's perfect. So you're getting fresh, never frozen, ready in 2 minutes. No prep, no cleanup, throw it away, no mental load, no motivation to eat better. Just the elimination of the reason you don't. Boom, here's your Factor meal. It's incredible. I started using this, and it has changed the game, and you should use it too, because truly, it is a no-brainer. Bang, I'm good to go. Checking all my macros, checking all my boxes. Perfect, okay? So head to factormeals.com/netters50off, and you use code netters50off. That's NETTERS 50OFF to get 50% off your first Factor box, plus free breakfast for a year. This offer is only valid for new Factor customers with the code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchases. But make healthier eating easier with Factor. 50% off, guys. Use that promo code netters50 off at factormeals.com.
All right, now it is time for maybe our new favorite segment, Not Ice. Let's get into some non-hockey topics to get the wheels turning, get the train pumping, to bring it back to trains. CP, you had some gym issues going on recently?
Yeah. Basically, something came up, a story came up, and then people were so divided, and I was shocked at the controversy. So I needed to know where you guys net out. So I'll start with the basic. I'll start with the baseline. If you are at the gym, and I'm not saying you're working out at home, I'm saying you are at a gym, any gym. LA Fitness, Equinox, whatever. How do you react if someone talks to you? If a stranger at the gym talks to you? Baseline question. You get your headphones in, dude, and they're like, yo, and then you go, boop, and then you go like this. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. My headphones were in. What did you say? And how do you feel in that moment?
This is complicated, because I think for me, I'm fine with a hello. I'm fine with a quick comment. Maybe someone sees my shirt and it's a shirt that they have something in common with and they just want to say something quickly. When I go like this, boop, one earbud out, you now have 30 to 45 seconds to converse with me. And I'll tell you.
Just to be clear, Dan, are you actually fine with a just hello? Like if that person goes, you go boop, and they go, hey, and you go, is that it?
Absolutely, because I'll tell you this, buddy. If we get to a place in society where we're chastising folks for saying hello to each other, then we're falling apart. I'm a big, we need more kindness in today's day and age. How nice is it, man, when you're walking down the street and someone just goes, how are you? You're like, but that was kind of nice.
You're walking past them, and it's kind of like, I'm not going to mug you on the middle of this empty street.
Yep.
But like if you're in the middle of, Dan, I'm guessing you're like bench pressing like 250 at least.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of doing that, and someone comes up and they go, hi, and you go, what? You put it down, you take out your AirPod, you're like, what? And they go, hi.
No.
And they just walk off
and
again.
then they put their shit back in and leave shot. And Dan goes like this, kindness, baby. Good, thank you.
No.
Nice to see you too.
All right. No, we're not. I'm not saying come and interrupt people's workouts. Like that's a little too much. But if you're just like walking through the gym or like coming out of the locker room or something, and someone's just like, hey, like that's fine. But
Because you can do that with the pod still in. Like I do that. I'll be like, hey, and then
So,
whatever. Yeah.
let's I'm not saying say hi while people are in the middle of a set. Let's remove the hi thing. If someone comes up to say something, yes, when I go like this, you got 30 to 45 seconds. And I'll tell you what, if you see me motion back in,
You're done.
don't you dare have an add-on. There are no add-ons. Once the AirPod goes back in, our interaction is over. And I do think I was talking to someone about this the other day. It's like if you're at the gym with a friend and it's a weekend and maybe you've got some time, I'm okay with like a kind of leisurely social gym session where you're taking your time with exercise and you're kind of like hanging out, as long as you're not interrupting other people and having people wait on you. Because I will say, when you're in a crowded gym, there are a few things more frustrating than when you're watching someone just yuck it up with their buddy when you're trying to like wait for a machine or wait for something. That I feel like the gym for a lot of people is like, I've got maybe 1 hour in here. I need to be as efficient as humanly possible. So please, no one do anything to disrupt that.
Dude, wouldn't you say, like you just said, a lot of people, so I know you agree, but I'm like, I think that it's like that for 98% of people.
Yeah.
I know people personally that are like,
I think that's
bro,
high.
I go to the gym and chill. Like I'm going to just leisurely be here for hours. But dude, I have like worked backwards from when I arrive at the gym. Like I know exactly how long my workout's going to take, and I have worked backwards from my daily schedule to arrive at the gym at that time.
Yeah.
So if someone literally derails me for 5 minutes, just being like, cool shirt, I went to college there too. I'm like, get away from me. I have now missed a workout. I have now missed an exercise because this 5 minutes cost me the ab curler, dude. And now I'm dead and I got to go now.
But wouldn't it like make a big difference if it was like I think it's like what they're telling you is going to be a huge thing. Like if they're just coming up and they're going like, "Hey, I like your shirt. Do you like Pokemon or whatever's on your shirt?" Like that's kind of lame. But someone comes up and goes, "Hey, I'm a big Empty Netters fan." You know,
Fuck
that's
the
gonna be
ab
a
curler
much-
then.
Hold
the
on.
ab curler, dude.
Hold on.
Hey, you want to get a coffee? 'Cause
Everyone,
this is incredible.
Everyone, time out. Sean casually throwing in there the possibility that Chris is in the gym with a Pokemon shirt on.
Dude, my Squirtle cutoff absolutely fucking rips.
Incredible that you would
Look,
think that.
I know it's hard to believe. I don't go to the gym very often. I'm not very familiar with what the attire is. I'm wearing a train shirt right now, if you remember. So.
Yeah, true. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I think you're a little high. I mean, how many times are you in the gym, Chris, and you see, I mean, there are people just chilling. I think
Oh
it's
my God.
less than 98%, but it is, yeah. But I mean, I think a quick, hey, go Miami. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah, in
You
and
can
out.
live with that. But
what if Dan, it's okay, so now we're entering a couple levels up of the controversy.
okay.
What if it's a form conversation? What if a stranger comes up to you, boop, and they go, "Hey, just saw you. I noticed you doing those shoulder presses, and actually your back, you're a little bit forward. And if you really want to get the most out of that workout, you got to keep your arms back and whatever." So you're getting unsolicited form advice from a stranger.
If you are you guys and you've been doing this all day every day for decades, then like I could see you guys being pissed off with that. If that was me and I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing. So it depends on how long I've been at the gym for and how long I've been doing these things, I think.
I have an interesting take on this one. I truly, if this comes with a caveat, as most things do with me, if the person knows what they're talking about, I love when people do that.
Okay.
It's the times in my life where someone has come up to me in the gym and given me either advice to fix form or to go, hey, if you like this workout, you'll love this, and it's actually knowledgeable and great. I love it. I think that's what the gym and gym culture is all about. But if this person is some jamoke and they have no clue what they're talking about, I will turn into you, Chris, and be like, you have just wasted time in my life that I will never get back, sir. Kindly
And the
get
ab
away.
curler, dude. The ab curler is now dead, and you
Yeah.
cost me everything.
Yeah. That's a tough one. That's a
Okay.
great. Yeah, that's great.
So it sounds like you're okay with the idea of like a gym. And there's like Dan, you obviously went to F45 for a while, where it's kind of like a class, and you have. I don't know why I feel that's different, but just I can
It is.
accept
You can't
that you
talk.
have friends.
You
right,
can't
but you
talk
can make
in
friends
like
there.
a Barry's class.
Right. Yeah. But if you were like always at the same Barry's class with someone, I get that you'd be like, we're friends now. Like I see
Yes,
you at the gym.
correct.
It's like you work friend. But I sounds like you guys are okay with the idea of just like a random person you see at your your Equinox all the time. If that person the first day goes, hey, with the pod in, and then the second day goes, boop, love the Squirtle cutoff, and you go, thank you. And then the third day, it's like, yo, dude, if you like this exercise, this one's even sicker. And then the fourth day, now you're friends. Like now you guys, now you do pause when you see each other and you go, yo, dude, boom, 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 do your handshake.
No,
and then say,
no,
what's good?
Well, be careful, because like I said, I don't care if you're the groomsman in my wedding. You still only have 45 seconds.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Even when you become boys with that, with
yes,
that guy.
because
Wow.
And again, as long as it's not weekend chill time.
No,
Because
it's Wednesday, dude. It's a Wednesday.
I am like you. You could be you could be in my wedding, and I do not have time to spare during the week. I am on a very regimented, time-sensitive situation. I don't care if you're my dad. I am not talking to you for more than 45 seconds because I don't have 45 seconds to give.
So what if he was like, what if he goes, Dan, what if you establish that? And so he knows. So then he sees you Wednesday and goes, boop. And then he goes, it's my birthday on Saturday. We're going to Waterfront at 7 p.m. It'll be really fun if you can come. You can bring a +1. Blah, blah, blah. And just gives you 45 seconds of a weekend plan. And then you go, I'll answer you tomorrow.
If he did that,
unfortunately, that was the full 45 seconds.
If he did that, I would kiss him on the mouth because I would go, you honor and respect my time, sir. If he straight up took an Ace Ventura inhale and unloaded 45 seconds of information, I would be like, God bless you, sir. Okay. So well, hold on. I want to pitch Sean this idea because, Chris, I feel like you've heard this idea before. What do you think about this, Sean? I think gyms in general there's so many elements about gym life. I think gyms have become too expensive, and it sucks how if you want a nice gym experience like an Equinox, for example, and you have a steam room, you have a sauna, you have nice showers and products and stuff like that, you have to be okay with paying $350 a month for a gym, which feels asinine to me. But, you got to pay for what you want. I think maybe not all gyms, but there should be a gym chain that operates like an airline in that you can earn points. So if you go to the gym every day, like if you are a gym goer, you are logging hours, you're putting in time, I think you should get rewards and either like pay less, or maybe it unlocks things. Maybe not everyone can use the steam room.
Right.
But if
you're
Equinox Platinum, you can get in
all
there.
right. Okay.
I think that would maybe incentivize people even more to hit their gym goals.
I don't like this class structure that
Dude,
you have created.
It wasn't class
Shit.
at first, Sean. It was just like, oh, you get a free month for Miles,
Yeah.
and then it became.
And then I made it
quickly
class.
became
I made it
class.
class.
I have two.
I
other...
accidentally made it classist. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. For the brief times of my life where I have been going to a gym, it has been prohibitively expensive.
Yeah, they're
There's
crowded
two
too.
options which I think might be better. The first option is advertising. Every piece of equipment, every wall, every surface has Coca-Cola on it or like Nestle.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
And you're working out and it's free because you're inside the most advertising space
Also,
you've ever seen. It's like Times
again,
Square in there.
Sean, crazy brands to
for
to
a
say
gym,
in the
yeah.
gym.
For a gym.
Yeah.
Nestle and Coca-Cola.
Sugar Coke, chocolate.
Gym.
It's like, what the fuck?
Well, it's like, you gotta make them break their,
I mean, that was
dude, it's
brilliant.
temptation. No, he's right, Dan.
It's
It's
temptation.
pizza.
And,
Pizza
like,
Hut. Pizza Hut
Yeah.
on the fucking on
When
the
you're
treadmill.
in the
McDonald's,
gym?
KFC, and Pizza Hut.
Yeah, you're in the gym and you're like, I put in a workout. I deserve a nice sweet treat after this. Maybe I'll grab a Coke and and
now-
a Nestle's Crunch bar.
You could also
Great.
go the other way with option number 2. So that was like the extreme capitalist version. The extreme communist version is that all gyms are government mandated. They're free. You don't want your population getting fat. So
Yeah.
you're not only are they free, you're mandated to go.
Wow.
And dude, there's someone
It's
knocking
like,
on doors at night. Like, did you
Yeah.
go to the gym? Let me see your gym card. And you're like, yes. And you have to punch in, and you show the time. But people are forging gym cards now, so there's a whole nother business. We're creating
Yeah.
jobs now. We're creating jobs.
we go.
We're creating the economy.
Yeah.
I
This
love
is
the
incredible.
idea of the gym Gestapo coming around. We
Yeah.
hear you skipped out on gym day.
Like, no, please.
We saw you at the Pizza Hut.
Your door
Dragged out
gets
in front of your
busted
kids.
in. It's the gym Secret Service, and they're like, "You haven't been working out, pal."
So there's no in between. Those are the two
I like
options
that.
for free gym.
It's like mandated military service in South Korea. This is
Yeah.
mandatory gym time in the
Yeah.
U.S.
I think people would be better for it. I know that
Okay.
if I had prison time facing me, if I didn't go to the gym, I would definitely go to the gym more often.
I think it's a good point.
And
not
This is the last level of the controversy from this topic.
okay.
Because we seem pretty aligned on, whatever. Everyone's on a crunch, but be friendly, all good. Do you flirt at the gym? Can you meet a significant other at the gym? If there's a girl, and kind of specifically in that direction, if there's a girl working out, can the dudes come up and be hitting on her at the gym while she's trying to do squats?
No, absolutely not. Not while they're in the middle of a set.
Well, not
There are-
in the middle of the set, but she finishes and you go, how many more you got? You almost done
Well,
with that?
here's the thing. I'm not going to be the one to stand in the way of love. I would never
Yeah.
do that. And I think a huge part of relationships and love is finding mutual interests. You're in a place where you clearly have a mutual interest. And how many relationships, I'm in one of them. A huge thing for Alice and myself is our love for exercise and working out. We work out together all the time. It's great. So why would I not want to live in a world where other people might find that? However, I think approaching someone in the gym with romantic intent is possibly the most delicate thing on earth. It is. You gotta be leaving people alone in the gym unless you are absolutely certain there is an opening for a hello or a conversation. So I don't know what the rules are there, but all I will say is I want to live in a world where it's possible because you might find your person, but be careful.
Be careful.
Because I think it's a dangerous game.
Wouldn't it be super awkward, like if you get rejected and now you still have only that one gym time that you have to go
yeah.
to?
Yeah,
And
Sean.
it's like it's the 4:00 in the morning time where no one's there.
Yeah, it's just the two
Yeah.
of you
It's
every
just the
day.
two of you every day now.
Yeah. Although, if there are two people at a 4 a.m. gym session, those two should be married. So you got to take that shot, I think.
I think no, Dan. I think you're right, and you should be able to shoot your shot, but I almost think you have to wait till a time when she's leaving. You know,
Yes,
like it's
correct.
like,
That-
it's
of course,
like the
that's-
way outside. You know, and you're
absolutely.
like, hey, just want
Well,
to say hi. I see you all the time.
Careful.
When
Don't-
she's on a rush.
Chris is
Follow
like,
her car.
follow her to
Follow
her
her to
car.
her car. You get a bag. You get a bag. You put it over her head. You shove her in the back of your car. You drive to an undisclosed destination. No, yeah,
Good
like
God.
in and out. That feels okay. Instead
think,
of mid workout.
maybe at the smoothie bar.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah, maybe at the smoothie bar. Maybe when you're sitting at the front desk. I don't know.
Is the gym not like the perfect place for the slow burn though, rather than just going up cold and being like, "Hey, I like when you do squats. You want to go see a movie with me?"
Dude, you put a
Like-
fold-out chair in front of the squat rack, Sean,
Yeah.
just watching. You're like,
Like,
oh,
wouldn't-
dude.
isn't it more ideal that you do the whole like, "Hey, nice Squirtle shirt," and then the next time you go, "Hey, blah blah blah," and then over the course of like a couple weeks, maybe at that point, now I should make a move at this point since we've already
Yeah.
made a rapport.
I think
Yes.
it's whoever you're approaching in the gym. I think you're right, Sean. it's the Instagram reels that we've all seen. It's the slow progression. It's the maybe you throw a hi, just a hey, how are you? Next time, I love Squirtle too.
Yep.
Next time, it looks like we're on the same schedule. We're here all the time, and then if the earbud out is getting longer and longer, seems like maybe there's some mutual interest. Talk to this person and say, maybe you and I go get a blueberry banana smoothie together after this, and bang.
I do have one question about gyms nowadays. Do you find that
These mythical gyms.
Are people not listening to music? Are they generally more conversational? Are people going to the gym without headphones?
God,
in the
no.
hopes that they'll strike up conversation?
I can't remember the last time I saw a human in a gym without their own personal headphones on. And frankly, if I did see that, I would call the police on them immediately.
Dude, agree. And Sean, we actually had this conversation too because, and this is now I'm aging ourselves, but there were moments in my life where I was going to the gym regularly before there was there was always Walkman and shit, but I just never was going to clip a fucking CD player to my waistband, So I have stretches of life where I was a regular gym goer where you're just listening to the music they're pumping on the the speakers, and conversation was way easier because you were like, hey, I'm just fucking sitting here. I actually really think gym interactions have gone way down with the invention of the iPod and all this shit, because it's like
you're
you're
also
dialed.
now seeing people with the new Apple over ear ones, and it's like they're basically strapped into a pillowcase that they can't see or hear you. So
they're harder to talk to. I'd rather talk to an AirPod guy than an over-ear guy. Over-ear,
people are in their own world with the headphones now.
Dude,
It's
I don't.
insane.
I have to tell the story because it was so good. There was a guy at the gym at the Equinox in the marina with Sandra, and he walked up. She was on a machine, and and I think they have seen each other many times, so it wasn't like a complete cold open walking up.
Sure.
And he walks up and asks if she has one more set or something, or she's like, how many sets do you have left? And she's like, one more. And she's kind of about to put her headphone back in, and he goes, what are you doing today? And it's like a Saturday morning, Sean, And he goes, what are you doing today? And she's like, I'm having brunch with my boyfriend. Which wasn't even true. We didn't have plans, but she was just like, I have a boyfriend and I need you to not be hitting on me while I'm doing this.
No, Sandra, she's one of those.
She goes, I'm having brunch with my boyfriend. And he goes, no, I meant buys, what are you working on today? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I am doing arms. Please.
Not everything's about you, Sandra.
That is a good save, though.
I think he maybe was asking.
That's it lines you up perfectly to be like, oh, I wasn't actually interested. I was just wondering.
Just asking what workouts you were doing.
Yeah.
I'm
She's
I'm on the arm machine. What the
Chris,
fuck do you think I'm doing?
She's like, I'm getting brunch with my boyfriend. And he's like, yeah, me too. I meant what muscle groups are you hitting?
Then he's at brunch
Fuck
with
you.
us, Dan. It's the three of us. He's like, I was also getting brunch with Chris. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, gym etiquette. It's a tough one. Let's jump on into a beer league hotline. Sean, what do we got today?
All right. We have a new guy on the team, and we can tell right away he's pretty good. Then after the game, it's shower time. He pulls out some shower sandals, fine. Then a shower kit with body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. Not a three-way, all three. So that's a little odd. Then homie pulls out a loofah. The guy went in there with us, chatting about the game, not a care in the world, while he was soaping his body with a yellow loofah. Do we cut him? Do we all get loofahs? Thoughts?
Okay. The person who sent this in completely saved themselves with that last line. I am going to defend this man with my life. With my life. This is, you know what this makes me think of? I don't know if either of you are Seinfeld guys. This is like when George is eating his Snickers with a fork and knife. There's nothing wrong ever with classing up your life a little bit. And frankly, I think it is hilarious. Sean, in beer league, it is the most standard thing in the world that we all go into the showers, some with shower sandals, some with not, and we use the shittiest 4, 5-in-1 body wash, shampoo, conditioner, face wash nonsense. And everyone just goes, yeah, whatever. That's what's normal.
It's doing all the things it says it's doing.
You know what?
23 in 1.
Yeah.
You know what this is the exact same thing as, Chris? This is someone who brings beautiful bottled Modelo's instead of, you're just classing things up. This is great. I mean, if I were in the showers and someone had a shower caddy with like nice body wash, shampoo, and conditioner, I'd be like, can I get some of that? I'd love to wash my hair with not body wash. Like,
but dude,
this
I
is
don't
great.
know though, Dan. Well, first of all, I think you might be right. But on that point, I think I have no issue bumming your 23-in-1. You know, when I'm like, hey, dude, you do it, Dan. You just put your fucking hand out, and I'm like, here you go, bang. And because I'm like, this was $5 and it's 23-in-1. Who gives a fuck? But I'm not sure you can be asking for the nice shit. Like if this guy comes in with a full set, you can't be like, boom, boom, boom.
Can I borrow your loofah?
Yeah,
Wait.
You never touch a man's loofah, dude. You never touch a man's loofah.
This man, that's fair. I mean, Chris, I'm going to ask. If he says, no, you can't have my Pantene Pro.
Yeah.
I don't know what's nice shampoo these days. But I feel like this is an awesome move. I mean, the man is exfoliating. He's taking care. He's going through his regiment, and he's having fun in there. First of all, absolutely, you do not cut this man. Like you protect this man at all costs. This is a genius here. This guy has taken things to the next level.
Where is the loofah after? Like, does he throw the loofah in his
Look at this
bag?
guy.
Tell me that's locks.
Come on! Yo, go Canes! Come on!
Does he put the loofah in his bag after? Like, you got a wet loofah.
Well,
Like,
I bet I bet it's just in his. First of all, I mean, a loofah, you can squeeze that out. It's like a sponge, you know. It's not sopping wet, but it sounds like he's got a shower caddy. So I think he puts it back in the caddy, which then goes back in the bag.
And then you just air that out when you get home, I guess.
And also, who are you acting like your hockey bag is this sacred place that something can't be wet in there? Like,
No, it's just such a gross place. That's what I was afraid of. I don't want the thing cleaning me.
You're
in my
worried
hockey
about
bag.
the loofah.
Yeah,
You're worried about the
fuck
loofah.
the bag.
I
Dude.
imagine that he has some sort of like UV loofah case that's
Yeah,
like,
right.
like decontaminating it while it's in the case
Yeah.
with like UV light. That's what I'm thinking.
That's such a good call, Sean. Like his loofah is going back in this case. It's drying it out. It's sanitizing it immediately. He started his own business. This is his own brand.
I like this idea.
I
think
agree.
that it's also kind of a dominance thing when you show how comfortable you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Dude, getting that thing sudsy as fuck, dude. You know, looks like you're holding a snowball, bro. I think if they all start doing it, and then they are good. Like if this team,
You
goes
change
on
your
a
team
heat-
name to the
bro,
Loofahs.
If they start winning championships, and the whole shower is just loofahs everywhere, you will start a revolution. The entire fucking league will be chasing that high.
Yeah. I mean, so let's bring it back. Great call, Chris. Bring it back to the question. You all get loofahs.
Yeah.
No question about it. No question about it. You all get loofahs. And if you guys start buzzing, frankly, maybe even if you don't start buzzing, I think the question for us three is, do you change the team name to the Loofahs or to the Shower Caddies? I feel like Shower Caddies is kind of an awesome team name. But Loofahs is better. It makes for a better logo.
The logo is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. The loofahs.
Do you think that his loofah was like just a handheld sponge, or was it one with the wooden stick?
Oh my god.
Because that also
I pray
changes
it's the
things.
stick, dude. I pray. I was picturing handheld. I pray it's the stick.
I pray it's a stick. I've got a feeling it's a handheld.
Yeah, I have a sickening feeling that's a handheld as well. I hope it's a stick, and he doesn't mention it, but I'm also hoping he has like a shower cap in there too.
You can't get the hair wet.
Well, I don't think so because he's got shampoo and conditioner. Like this man's
yeah,
doing
you're
the
right.
full
Yeah.
the full shebang.
But Sean, like a crossed stick loofah, like instead of hockey sticks on the look.
Get a little bit of suds in the background of the logo there too.
That's interesting. There's something really interesting.
Incredible. I love this move. I love it.
Yeah. I think, and they say he's a pretty good player as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he can do whatever he likes.
This man's just confident.
Yeah, and
You
Sean,
know?
that makes a lot of the difference sometimes. Like if you are a plug and you've got a loofah, maybe it's like, all right, dude, enough of that. But when you're nasty and you got a loofah, then everybody gets loofahs. That's how the world works. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Let's go to a Bauer hockey blind ranking. Bauer they're our best friends. I love the guys at Bauer. I love Bauer products, head to toe, merch, gear. It's incredible. We got the Pulse stick. Everybody's got a Pulse on our team because we won't shut up about it. And now it's the greatest stick on earth. And Bauer blind ranking is the greatest segment on earth. So we're going to get into a Bauer blind ranking this week. Sean, we are blind ranking goalie numbers.
Ooh.
Numbers, if you are a goalie in the NHL, what number you wearing? How fucking cool is it according to us?
And I'm going to say before you start, Sean, Chris,
Yes.
this is their numbers. Don't let your ranking be affected by who you associate said number with.
But, Dan, that's part of it. Because players make numbers cool.
No, this is just the number.
68 is a cool number.
Wait, yeah.
Solely because of Yager. Like, 68 was not a cool number at all. It's double even, which is trash. You hate that.
Yeah, it's
And then-
awful. I think
and
you
then
could also
Yager
make. I
made
think
it
you
cool,
could
and
make
then
the
you wore
argument.
it.
I think you could make the argument that it makes it even less cool because anyone else who wears it looks like a plug.
That's part of it too. That it can go all the way. It can go too far.
All right,
Like,
you're
oh
at it.
shit, 68 not cool. 68 now cool. Wow, 68 not cool anymore because Yager's too good.
You're
if
out
we're
of
not
control.
associating players, Dan, then are we just like picking our favorite numbers then? Like, just
Yeah.
being like, oh,
Yes,
33 is
that's
such
what
a
I
cool
want
number.
to do. That's what I want to do, and I want to do it based on the number for a goalie. Like we're just ranking goalie numbers. I will let a little bit of a player association.
A player
leak
can
in.
make a number cool.
Yes, and I will let a little bit of player association leak in here, but not a lot.
Okay.
I can't help but notice that 6'7" is not an option, nor is 69.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen a goalie wear those numbers.
But dude, I bet the 6'7" is coming. I bet 6'7" is coming, Dan. The new generation's going to get old. We're going to have a couple professional hockey players who are kids right now, and it's going to be that's going to happen.
It's possible
for sure. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right. 34.
I don't love this one.
You might be right, dude.
I don't love 34. Sean, if you didn't pick up earlier, I love odd numbers in hockey. I'm not a big even number guy in hockey.
That's how I introduce you to people. Like,
Yeah.
does not like even numbers.
Dan, he sneezes like crazy. He loves odd numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
34. We've had some greats in 34. No doubt. But I'm going low here, I think.
There are ones I like so much more, Dan, but
Yeah.
also there are ones I like way less. Like when I actually think about it, I don't feel as though 34 is that bad anymore. My knee jerk was it's bad, but now I actually don't think it's that bad.
Yeah. I want to go 4 here.
I wanted to go 3, but I hate a 3. And you got to make a statement. Okay, I'll go forward.
No. I mean, I just think there are great numbers.
There are.
I don't
There
wanna,
are.
I don't want to gat. I think 4.
Okay,
Okay, 4.
4.
All right. I feel like I'm hosting bingo. 74.
I mean 5. 5. Now I'm terrified because we should have gone 3 with 34, but this is 5. No offense, UC Saros, but 74 is like that is just an utterly insane goalie
It's not
number.
cool. It's not like, oh shit, that's sick.
I do think it's sick when goalies go in the 70s. Bob right off the bat, 72. I'm like, that's cool that Bob made that cool. But 70s, I mean, 7 is my favorite number, and I goalies wearing starting with the 7 I find strange, but it's cool when they make it sick. And Saros has made 74 cool, but 74 that is 5.
Fuck. Okay, but we might have fucked ourselves. We might have fucked ourselves.
Not with this one. I feel so confident with this at 5, but I am worried about what's coming next.
Okay, 5.
So 34 was 4.
4.
And
Yeah.
74
is 5.
Quick question. Is it 299? Can goalies have up to 99?
Yes, you can, but no one wears 99 in the league because of Wayno.
I think it's literally retired now.
It
Like,
is
I think it's
retired across
league-wide
the league.
retired. And
If a
also,
goalie wore
Sean-
99, Sean, that would be one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if players would allow it.
but I wonder if they did like 98, Dan. If they came out and they're like, I wear 98, would they be like, no?
No, I think I think people would go, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, a goalie wearing anything starting with a 9 would be insane.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Mhm.
1.
I love it. I mean, I love it. I love 1, and I love that guys are bringing it back. Shout out Sway. I think 1 was 2.
I think so.
Yeah, 1 was a really old school classic goalie
Yeah.
number, and then it kind of went
we
out
went
of
away,
fashion.
we went away from it. We went away
and
from
I
it.
think
and then
we're
we come
bringing it
to
back. I love it. 2. I'm cool
I like,
with 2.
and it's fucking clean as hell. You got to be good, but when it's good, you're like, God, you're the fucking man. Okay, yeah, give me 2. Give me 2 on 1.
All right. 50.
Fuck. It's 6.
Fuck.
6.
Oh, okay, we got to go 3. We literally have to go 3. And
We have to go 3, but that should be lower.
and this can be salvaged, Dan, if a few
Yeah.
things come up. If a
It
few
could
things come
be.
up at 1, this can be
It
salvaged.
could be. 50 is absolutely atrocious. Just an awful, awful, awful goalie number. It's
Okay,
an awful number in general. Actually, 50 might be the worst hockey number
Dan
I've ever
hates
heard in my
5,
life.
dude.
50 steal your high school sweetheart?
Yeah.
You hate 50 so much.
I think 5 is just such an ugly number.
He
on
hates
a
even
hockey
numbers
jersey
and
for some
5.
reason. It's like
Crazy.
It's crazy. It's a crazy take.
50,
I know.
Sean, 55. Dan
Oh,
throws
I
up when he
can't
sees
believe-
it. He
I couldn't
pukes.
believe it.
I've seen him
It's-
puke.
it-
Someone told him at
difficult-
55 he puked.
Difficult for me that guys like Chris Pronger and Sergei Gonchar were like favorite players of mine, and they were just skating around with 55 on their back, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Oh, terrible. All right,
Okay, the
3.
number 1, the coolest goalie number on earth, according to us, is
70.
Fuck. Oh, this is a terrible list. Terrible list. What happened?
Oh no, Dan!
Chris,
it
I
hasn't
think
gone this badly in a long time.
I think you provided Sean with way too big of a list. Like, you put on absolutely bizarre and obscure numbers that like one guy in the history of the league has worn. You fucking idiot! And that
listen,
made
He had every number in the universe at his disposal. Every 2-digit number in the universe at his disposal.
yeah.
99 numbers. Every number in the universe.
Yeah.
No one's ever counted
Jesus.
higher.
That what is so funny is, Sean, numbers in the 30s are historically very goalie heavy,
Yep.
and you said one of them.
Yep. And it was pretty good. That one's pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
my knee jerk was like 34 stakes, and I'm like,
I-
actually, he's pretty good.
I thought so many 30s were coming. All right, well, hey, listen, that's
So hey, hold on.
going-
It's 70. 1.
70,
One's good.
1,
50.
50, 34,
34.
74. This is going to go in the Hall of Fame of maybe the worst blind ranking the Empty Netters podcast has ever done. Absolutely atrocious. But
Oh, we're
okay,
gonna
so
get
here's-
killed.
CP, what do you think your favorite goalie number is?
33.
I
no
think it's got to be
hesitation.
3s. I think it's
No
got to be
hesitation.
3s. Are we like who's rocking 3s in the league right now other than Hill? There's got to be more.
True. But I
I
can't
mean, I
picture
know there's
one.
more, and I apologize if I'm not thinking of them right now.
You know
Like,
what's
doesn't- whatever.
having a moment is like the high 20s.
Yeah, 29, good
Yep.
goalie number.
29 was on the list. I just didn't pick it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No. Hey, this is how we get better. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, exactly, Dan. You store this. You
Yeah.
store this for future blind rankings. You
Yeah.
remember what can happen if you're not fucking careful.
Yeah. All right. Brutal blind ranking, but a great episode. Everyone, happy MLK Day. We've got a really fun interview and multiple fun interviews coming for you soon later this week. We'll see you in our next episodes as we rip through and just enjoy every day together. We love you. Until we see you next time.
Skate hard.